Hey everybody, it's Justin Eckrich with Inspire Marketing, and I just want to put together a quick video for you. The topic today is your AdWords mentality. And really there's two schools of thought here. Most small businesses have what I call a cost mentality. And that is, how much is this going to cost me? How much are my clicks going to cost me? How much are your fees going to cost me? How much is it going to cost me to get a new customer? How much is it going to cost me to get a new lead? And so their whole focus is on cost. But what I want to emphasize today is that we need to shift our mentality from a cost mentality to an investment mentality. When we can look at Google AdWords in terms of the investment rather than the cost, it totally changes the way we play the game. And I will definitely say right now that Google AdWords is like any other game in business. Okay? It takes money to make money, but also it's not about the cost, it's about the return. Okay? And so I just want to use two very different examples here. Okay? Number one, this is not your typical media. It's not billboard advertising, it's not TV or radio advertising, it's not it's not print advertising. To send out a postcard, whether you're a cosmetic dentist or whether you're a sushi restaurant, it costs you the same amount of money to send out that postcard. Okay? However, for the sushi restaurant, a new customer might be only worth $100. Okay? But to that cosmetic dentist, a new customer could be worth $5,000. Okay? But it's still a fixed price. Whether your customers are worth $5,000 or whether your customers are worth $100, you still are going to pay like what, 50 cents to send out a postcard? Okay, Google AdWords is not like that. Okay, Google AdWords is it's based on a bidding platform, which means that the more competitive your market is and the more value that customer holds, the higher you're going to pay, because the higher your competitors are going to be willing to pay. Okay, and so if you're a cosmetic dentist, let's just say your customers are worth $5,000. Okay, a new patient to you as a cosmetic dentist is worth $5,000. Well, how much are you willing to pay to get that new patient? Are you willing to pay $1,000, $2,000, maybe even $2,500? And so at the end of the day, obviously you're going to be willing to pay more per click. If your competition is bidding $10 per click for a certain keyword, then it would probably make sense for you to bid 11, if you want to position and rank for that keyword. If you're only willing to bid 7 for a $10 keyword, then you're probably not going to get very many clicks at all, if any. And so because your customer or your client or your patient is worth more and carries more value, obviously your cost per click is going to go up in a bidding system. Now, let's use the other side of the scale as a sushi restaurant. Let's say there's only 2 sushi restaurants in town. Okay, there's not a very competitive market, which means that, it's very unlikely that you're going to have to pay very much per click. And so anyway, my point being is that, take on an investment mentality. Get rid of the cost mentality, because the cost mentality is ultimately setting you up for failure with Google AdWords. The cost mentality limits you from the very beginning. Okay, because when you think about it in terms of your cost, you're already thinking in terms of failure. You're not thinking in terms of success. When you think of this business in terms of the investment, you've already taken on more of an investment mentality and an investment mindset, which means that you're going to behave differently when it comes to bidding on these keywords. You're going to behave differently when it comes to your strategy. You're going to behave differently when it comes to, your overall outlook on the way that you measure the effectiveness of your Google AdWords campaign. It's totally going to shift your measures and your metrics in the way that you interpret and analyze the data. So if you're interpreting and analyzing the data from a cost perspective, it's already flawed. The numbers are the same, but your perspective is flawed. If you are looking at those numbers and analyzing them from an investment mentality, then you're setting yourself up for success, because ultimately there is a measure in startup costs. Just like any business, there are startup costs involved, and the same thing with advertising, or the same thing with Google AdWords. because the startup costs are what's it going to take in order for you to find that new customer or those keywords that are converting. As a sushi restaurant, your costs are probably going to be very low because you're only bidding 40 or 50 cents per click. And what that means is, in order for you to, I guess, wade through all the crap in your market and all the crappy keywords that aren't really working, there's cost involved in that. In order for you to realize what keywords work and which ones don't, there's cost involved. As a sushi restaurant, at 40 or 50 cents a click, you're not going to have very much cost involved in, getting to the keywords that work. But as a cosmetic dentist, if you're paying $15 per keyword, $15 per click, then there's going to be a lot greater cost involved in order for you to get to the place where you find the keywords that are converting. And that's just, that's part of the investment mentality. So anyway, I hope that was insightful. That was really, I did my best to drill home this point and the difference between a cost mentality and investment mentality. Hopefully that made sense. If you have any questions or you want to learn more about this perspective, just shoot me an email or give me a phone call. I'd be happy to chat with you a little bit and maybe give you some direction with your Google AdWords strategy. So anyway, I appreciate your time and I look forward to talking again soon. Thanks. Bye.